appreciate the role of United Nations in assuring that its member states promote and protect human rights without discrimination. The UN role has been indeed seen through the Technical Assistance Program. However, we regret to note that this is not the case in Balochistan when it comes to the execution of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Contradictory to the concept of a UN Technical Assistance Program, the recent economic projects between Pakistan and China has brought more death and destruction for the Baloch people instead of development and prosperity. Although the CPEC is not a project under the UN Technical Assistance Program, but it should at least protect the basic human rights standards set by it, which China and Pakistan has failed to do as signatories of UN declarations. The fundamental principle of participation is violated in the execution of this project because not a single Baloch was consulted or taken into confidence for the agreements with China. CPEC is
yes, Pakistan.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. It was not my intention to take the floor at this time, and I had to request for the floor because we are very mindful of our international human rights obligations and commitments to promote and protect human rights and fundamental freedoms. We highly value the contribution of the civil society organizations. However, the participation of the civil society organizations should be in line with the ECOSOC Resolution 1966-31 as well as the IB package. Mr. President, I would request you to remind this organization to maintain that. Thank you.
So thank you very much. I understand that was the point of order, and I ask distinguished representative of NGO to follow accepted rules at UN during the statement. Please, you can continue.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. CPEC is not only depriving the local Baloch people of their land and natural resources, like all such projects in the past, but is also turning them into a minority in their homeland. Pakistani government is not only ignoring the genuine grievances of the local Baloch people, but have also intensified state atrocities to forcefully suppress any criticism. Human rights violation by state forces against political activists and civilians have escalated after voicing dissent on the deals.
Yes, Pakistan, please.
I'm sorry once again, Mr. Vice President, to make the same point of order and make the same request. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was listening very carefully, and I didn't spotted anything that would not be in line with the rules. Do you have any specific point that you want to make?
Mr. Vice President, we feel that the representative of this NGO is talking about an issue which is not covered under this agenda item. Thank you.
We're talking about item 10, technical cooperation capacity building. And I think that in many statements we heard also criticism or mentioning of specific country situations, country names. So nevertheless, I would ask NGO representative to make points under item 10. Please, you can continue.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. This is regarding the technical assistance program, which is being violated by China and Pakistan in accordance with in these deals. Military operations, arbitrary abductions, torture, custodial killings, and dumping of bullet-riddled dead bodies have increased in scope and intensity. We urge the international community to ensure that Pakistan and China protect the rights of indigenous Baloch people in accordance with the human rights doctrine, and any violation must be condemned. I thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you, sir, for your statement.